Hello and welcome to another episode of 20,000 Leagues Under the Internet. I am your captain this week, and my name is Harlan Spinks. Joined with me, as always, are John Carr and Kyle Luck. Both you boys. Oh, God.
What's up? My name's Kyle. I put the sin in cinema. Hit me up on my LinkedIn.
Oh, God. That sounded like an intro to that. You remember that old show on MTV called Next?
Yeah.
How they would do those, like yeah,
what's up? I'm here to play for keeps. I don't care what your mom thinks about me. My name rhymes with Kyle.
What's up? I'm Skylar. I got a pod collection. What's going on?
What's up? I'm Myler, and I got a Slammer collection. That Tyler guy can go get fucked.
It's Skylar.
Myler. Oh, Skylar. Tyler, Myler, Skylar.
I'm enjoying Myler v. Skylar. That's I want to see pay-per-view Myler v. Skylar.
Well, he's got slammers, so.
Right.
Yeah.
It's the drywall classic.
Yes.
Myler versus Skylar.
Myler, the ultimate Monster Energy drinker.
He is the monster, I think.
He is the monster. That's what the M stands for.
Yeah. Monster Tyler.
For anybody that is watching us for the first time on YouTube, I want to do this at the top. Please don't leave. Please stick around and watch what we have to say. I looked at our analytics, and boy, it really dips after about the 10 to 15 minute mark. So please, God, don't go anywhere and think about subscribing.
People love the up top banter, but leave as soon as we start talking about substance. Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah, basically.
Well, that's fine. We have our demographic nailed. They're here for the BS.
Yes, which is great. We love you too. But we have a whole hour of show. So
we do not love the band
show
U2.
here.
No Bono. This is a no Bono zone.
Last week we talked about Fat Bear Week.
We did.
And it has concluded today of this day's recording. We have our champion. Can we remember what each of us
Yeah, I
picked?
remember who I picked.
Yeah, vote for Walker, baby.
You
I'm
went
not
for
gonna walk that
Walker.
back.
John, you said...
I was 747.
And I said Otis,
Yeah.
which after going back over my notes, I was like, that was a bad choice,
John
probably.
went for Bear Force 1?
Yeah, I did
Yeah,
go for Bear Force 1.
Air Force
Nice.
One. Well, John, you're the fucking winner this week, baby. 747 is our winner, an absolute fucking champion.
I knew it.
Yeah.
I knew it. I called it. I pointed. Swung for the fences.
It's just kind of like with the name
Absolutely
like
connected.
747. How do you not fucking...
How do you not absolutely...
It's too
you
good.
know,
He's as big as a plane, boys.
literally. He got, let's see.
The landing
Six-
gear is down.
Hit me with some LBs. What do we got? These poundages.
I don't have their LBs
You just know
because...
he's a winner.
My tray is in the upright and locked position.
Yeah, because the winner doesn't necessarily win by like any sort of metric that's being taken.
Oh, sure, because they
It's
can't
a
actually,
popularity
they
contest.
can't really weigh these big boys.
Yeah, we talked about how dangerous that would be.
Trying to get these bad boys to cooperate.
Yeah.
It's basically judging a book by its cover and sort of guesstimating based on the voting population of Fat Bear Week.
I mean, how can you not vote for Bear Force 1?
He is the roundest boy, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Defies physics. Still can fly.
Truly. He got 68,000 votes.
Ooh.
That is not a small number.
He was, it was pretty close between him and 901. I can't remember what their name was, but they got 56,000. So,
Oh, well, it's close. Well, this
Yeah.
is great because the overall thing is to grant awareness for wildlife preservation, right?
exactly, yes.
Gotta save these big round boys.
There's some real big awareness happening right now. I just want to say. Some
Slap
fat
a billboard
awareness.
on these fat bears, man. God
Free
damn.
real estate.
You'd fit a whole call to action on these boys.
Hot dang.
So a total of 1,027,655 votes in total across all the bears.
I did my
I feel like we
Fantastic.
could bump those numbers up.
I think
I'm being
so, too.
honest. A million seems low to me
I
for
mean,
such an
how many-
incredible week of fat bears.
How many
Yeah.
humans on this planet have internet access?
Half? I don't know.
Okay. and there's like nearly
4 billion?
like 7. Okay, so we're a few billion off of being Loctite on this for full participation. You know,
Okay,
we can't
well-
get people to vote in most elections, but I think we can get them to vote for this one. I think we
So
could
it's
really bring them out the woodwork.
Totally.
To vote
It's
for
actually
Bears.
more. It's actually more than half. It's 63% of the global population has internet.
Oh wow,
so,
look at that! It's
hey,
a goddamn
what
epidemic.
the fuck are you doing out there, rest of the world? We got Fat Bear Week every year, and 1 million of you voted. Come on.
It's just a lack of awareness, though. We'll get there.
If there's one thing that will disappoint me in humanity, it's the non-participation in Fat Bear Week. I've just decided.
It's a dark day.
Okay, well, that was Fat Bear Week. That was our update. Well, I'm not gonna make any promises about what we do next year for it because you see how that turns out.
Remember.
I was like, we're gonna go there and sit in the bleachers as if there's like something to judge.
Go, yeah,
Like you sit in the woods.
we're gonna. Hey, this
We're
is
gonna
this is
camp and barbecue.
this is our call to action for all the Fat Bear Week fans. Donate somewhere, start a petition that we will build an Olympic stadium type situation for these fat bears for them to roam around in and like the Greek Roman times of old, we can all gather and either thumbs up or thumbs down, baby.
No one dies though, except the prey. That's gonna feed our bulk of our boys.
Except pizzas.
Pizzas will be torn to shreds.
Pizzas will be torn to shreds.
Make this a new Patreon goal, though. Send us to Fat Bear Week in Alaska. If we get to a certain tier or something, the boys are going camping, and we'll live stream from the woods.
John, you'll have to make like stickers or something that say "We didn't forget Fat Bear Week 2023."
We can do that. Yeah.
Fat Bear Week or bust.
Yeah. All right, cool. Well, let's get into the meat of this episode. We are going to talk about the Gregory brothers, better known as Schmoyoho on the internet.
Okay.
So
I know
let's
nothing
dive
of
in.
this.
John, I know you for sure know who this is because you've referenced the Korn song multiple times.
Those boys.
Yes.
So yeah, we're talking about Schmoyoho, which is the like songify the news guy.
Back in the day.
It's it's a whole troop of brothers.
Yes.
Yeah, so they're a musical quartet, and they specialize in comedy music with the assistance of pitch correction through their YouTube channel, Schmoyoho, who have characterized their music as country and soul, folk and roll.
Cool.
That's got all of them.
Country soul, folk and roll. Let's go.
Yeah.
That's what you do when you're
They're
on fire,
all
by the way.
Jazz.
Yeah, no
No, fuck jazz.
no jazz,
No
no blues,
fucking
only folk and
jazz.
roll.
Well, they don't do jazz because can you even imagine what jazz with auto tune on it would sound like?
I don't want to jazz the
my
news.
I think that would sound like
God.
jazz.
Jazz the news.
I think the news has
It
enough.
sounds more fun than auto tune the news, if I'm being honest, though.
It sounds dirty
Jazz
to me.
news, baby.
I'm not gonna jazz anything.
Oh, got it. Okay.
I'm just
Dad's
saying.
back.
You heard it here first. I'm not gonna jazz anything.
Yes, we got it. So, they are best known for their creation of musical viral videos, most notably the Winning song.
Which one's that one?
I think that's one where they auto-tune Charlie Sheen.
I was banging 7-gram rocks, that's how I roll. Winning, I had one gear, go, epic. Winning, are you bipolar? I'm bi winning, win here, win there, win, everywhere.
You know,
Okay.
you know that catchphrase
I am
back
the
in
tiger.
2000.
What was he doing?
Yeah,
he was
yeah,
like
yeah.
spouting some shit about being a predator, whatever the fuck.
Oh
it was.
yeah, he was on something, baby. He might have been on
Yep.
jazz.
Don't get jazzed. Kids. Just
Yeah.
don't- not even once. No jazz.
If Charlie Sheen can teach us anything, is don't get on jazz.
Don't get on jazz.
This is your brain on jazz. So the Winning song, it won 2012 Comedy Award. Also, their Songify the News series, which was formerly known as Auto-Tune the News. And what I know them more for is the Bed Intruder song. hide your kids, hide your wife.
Yes, of
Yeah.
course,
Exactly.
naturally.
I have this like very distinct memory of seeing Obama dropping some sick licks down on something.
Oh yeah, they definitely do Obama. I almost called him Bama. I don't know.
My boy Obama.
Yeah. So the Ben and Cheers song got 141 million views on YouTube, and it actually entered the Billboard Hot 100.
Wow, it was probably a ringtone at a certain point. That was around that time.
For sure,
Were
yeah.
people
This
having
was
ringtones like that.
yeah, that was still a thing.
Like the annoying thing.
Yeah,
Crazy frog.
I can't.
Ring ding 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 ding
No.
ding ding.
Not again.
Oh. So there are 3 Gregory brothers. Andrew, who's the guitarist, bassist, lyricist. I don't know what this is.
Lyricist? Is it, you mean the
that's
guy
strong.
who organizes other people's words into?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
And he also sources the content that they're going to use. Evan is the keyboardist. He does visual effects for the videos, composing and mixing. Michael is the drummer / keyboardist. And this is, I watched an interview with the brothers, and this is a quote from their interview where Michael says he also, along with being drummer keyboardist, he orders takeout. That's his other job.
Yeah. Hey, you know what? He knows his role. and
He
when to
does.
do it.
He's also the one that you're probably most familiar with seeing. He's the one that shows up in the videos the most, and is usually the one singing in the videos.
Huh.
There's also they have another guitarist and bassist. Her name is Sarah Fullen, and she is married to Evan.
So she's not one of the brothers.
She is not one of the
She is by marriage, though, Kyle.
She's
Right.
a brother by marriage.
She's a brother-in-law.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My wife, our 4th brother. The band had formed in 2007 with all 4 members providing vocals, often accompanying songified individuals. Michael is typically the brother you see in the videos and is the face of the Schmoyoho channel. So when people talk about Schmoyoho, they're typically referring to him.
That is such an interesting name to rally behind, to build a business behind.
It does not really roll off the tongue.
It really doesn't.
I remember though. That was did they change from that?
No, that was the name of the series on YouTube. It was always from the Schmoyoho channel.
That's wild, because I was so aware of that during that era that I just assumed that how could this not be their mantle that they rock
their whole
under?
channel is just called.
How is that not it? It was everywhere.
Well, and this was again during a time of YouTube when like it's not what it is today, where like you build your whole channel based on a certain name, and that's what people know is the name of the channel. Like back then, it was like people weren't focused on specific channels; they were focused on like content. So if something was called Auto-Tune the News or whatever, that's just what it got called. No one paid attention to who uploaded it.
Yeah, for
That's
sure.
very true.
Because people
makes
weren't
sense.
building brands on YouTube the way they are now, back like a decade ago.
Like us.
Well, that's the goal.
We're under like the pressure of the SEO lordships.
Yeah,
Hey,
I
guys,
did actually.
We're just past the 10-minute mark. We'll see everybody else later,
Oh,
guys.
bye everybody! Thank you so much. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe before you go.
Okay, so now we're in it with just the meat and potatoes crowd.
Yeah, these are the real folks. These are the real deal right here.
This is for the boys.
This feels good. I feel like I'm being cupped.
It's a closer environment, that's for sure.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
I'm glad you're all here. Get a little closer to the screen. I don't know. Get closer to me. Don't do that. Don't leave me hanging out here.
No,
Lean
it's
into it.
perfect. It's perfect. I didn't say anything because I'm gonna edit it in a certain way. In my mind, I was thinking, okay, how am I gonna edit this? Anyway, I'm sorry. Now we're alienating just the podcast listener. Shit.
Now everyone else is leaving because they've been too close to me now.
Yeah.
Well, it's been nice having everybody. We're going to shut this show down now.
The Gregory brothers first became well known for the series of YouTube videos, Auto-Tune the News, which was rebranded shortly thereafter in 2011 to Songify the News, which
These guys are just not good at naming shit.
Auto-Tune the News is much better. Songify kind of sucks, but they did it for a reason. They did it to be more accessible. to not also pigeonhole themselves
to
into
always use autotune.
Exactly. So in Songify the News, they would use recorded voices of politicians, news anchors, political pundits, and digitally manipulated them to conform to the melody, making the figures appear to sing. They have stated there was no plan and no channel launch. So that's another reason why they've kind of rebranded over the years.
Yeah.
Michael only made a YouTube channel so he could watch clips in the early days of YouTube's age requirements. So again, another sort of archaic thing that doesn't exist on YouTube anymore, that people couldn't really plan around. They only started to get views because of their work with Key of Awesome, which was another musical-oriented channel.
Yes.
They actually, you remember this?
I know them because I did that. Well, you're probably going to talk about it. Just keep going.
Well, no, tell me, because I'm not going to talk about Key of Awesome all that much.
Cool. Key of Awesome did the first of many of what a lot of people did. I believe they were the first. I'm sorry to what other keys of excellence that accomplished this task before they did. But they did a thing where they used the same progression, chord progression from Pachelbel's Canon in D, and showed how many pop songs today use the same exact chord progression. So they keep playing the same chord progression and just keep changing the lyrics.
Oh, I think I've seen that video, or maybe something similar. Yeah.
A lot of people have done it. My first memory is seeing Key of Awesome do it first. And so it's a lot of pop songs that use that same chord progression. But once again, musical-based YouTube content.
Right. So because they kind of worked with Key of Awesome to make these videos for them, essentially, and ended up double uploading the Auto-Tune the News songs to both channels. So they kind of got piggybacked, traffic from Key of Awesome.
Interesting.
The Gregory Brothers channel didn't launch until about a year later, where they used it more as like a networking tool, like you would MySpace, where they posted videos of their live performances, mostly. It eventually evolved into a wider range of content from live performances to then they were doing like parodies and genre swapping videos as well. So now we're going to cut to Songify the Election, which is where they got a lot of traction aside from just their what's it called?
Which election?
We'll talk about that. So their first Songify the News video was the Joe Biden Sarah Palin debate, which
wow, okay.
John McCain has been dead wrong.
Drill, baby, drill.
So weird to think about this now that Joe Biden is the president. Now
that Sarah Palin is our overlord,
and has had her own reality TV show.
Oh my God.
Yes. How differing the path those two people took. They said
the right paths.
Yeah,
paths.
the right paths, but on
both of
opposite
them.
ends of the spectrum. Sure. They said in that interview, quote, he sounded good in the key of E flat, whereas Obama and McCain debates sounded, quote, more boring and conversational and professional. Biden and Palin were just shouting.
Sick.
So
I mean, that was some buck wild. Those some wild times.
Well, yeah, and in the interview that I watched where they're talking about it, they do mention that obviously they can't. It's not like this is something that you can do with every newscaster or political debate. It's so much of it actually does rely on how the person sounds and their cadence, because Biden does kind of have a flow to the way he speaks and talks, whereas Obama was very like stilted. Yes, exactly.
Speaks in such a way that he just has a
exactly. You're like, did we lose the fucking feed? What's going on?
My favorite thing about Joe Biden,
batteries are running out.
My favorite thing about Joe Biden is when he makes a new point, he moves his head, so he does this. And I don't like thinking about Americans that way. He always
like it's an afterthought. Like he was done and then went. Oh, hang on a second. I got one more thing.
Pull the string again.
And another thing. So let's see. While many of the Gregory Brothers Songify singles are published through YouTube, their music videos of candidates during the United States presidential elections were also released as albums in 2012 and 2016. These were created by songifying audio from presidential debates and media appearances. So this is stuff beyond just like YouTube, where they were actually releasing records that were getting a lot of play.
Wow. Wait,
I
to
can't
be
imagine.
sold in stores?
Yeah.
Well, so they talk about that a little bit, where it was, I don't know if it was like literally printed like CDs that went out, or if it was downloads
Straight
only
to vinyl,
on like
honestly.
straight to fucking
you
put
really
it on
gotta get
wax.
You got to get that hi-fi sound. You're just pulling it out of the dust jacket, you know, doing
Yeah,
all
exactly.
your little brush over it.
They do talk about how at the time when they were putting these songs out on like iTunes at the time, this was during a period where like the Billboard charts didn't include streams or downloads from iTunes.
Ooh.
Yeah.
So they were getting a shitload of downloads, but it wasn't being reflected in the Billboard charts. So they kind of got fucked
That's kinda
a little bit
interesting.
in the early days.
Yeah.
Yeah. National television networks featured the Gregory Brothers' early political satires in the spring of 2009, but the group did not achieve mainstream recognition until the summer of 2010, when they released episode 12 of Auto-Tune the News, titled The Bed Intruder Song, which featured excerpts from an interview with alleged crime victims Kelly Dodson and her brother Antoine Dodson. It was viewed approximate, true legend, dude. Internet Hall of Fame.
Oh, yeah.
He's climbing in your windows, he's snatching your people up, trying to rape them, so y'all need to hide your kids, hide your wife, hide your kids, hide your wife, hide your kids, hide your wife, and hide your husband, because they're raping everybody out here.
It was viewed approximately 50 million times during its first 6 months online, making it the most viewed YouTube video of 2010, excluding major label music videos.
Whoa.
And currently has
crazy.
more than 150 million views, which, I mean, like, for the time, I'm sure that was a lot, but there are channels that get
I keep seeing
double that.
I keep seeing some
for-
just
yeah,
got
I
a
mean,
billion views. A couple of videos have a
those-
billion views now.
Yeah.
Even the primitive building techniques were in the 60 to 90 million. And
Right.
that
Yeah.
channel's been around for like 3 hours.
Because who doesn't want to
Yeah,
get up
well-
on the latest or primitive building techniques? you know, 'cause
Exactly.
I want to know how to build
This is-
a pool in the Amazon with a slide.
This is-
nonetheless.
With a slide made out of alligators, and
I want to know how to get that
there's
concrete in
alligators
there,
it.
baby. I want to know how to get it in there.
This is where I point to this. Maybe it's over in this corner. Go watch this video that we did on
Watch,
primitive
you have to
building.
like
Thank you.
put it in the weirdest fucking spot. You have to move your fucking video to actually go up to where the thing is. It's gonna be really janky. John's
So
just advertising
yeah, but I
on
mean,
QVC.
wherever.
Here it is. Gonna be here? I don't know.
I don't, John. You set yourself up for this every week. You have no idea what I'm gonna put in your hands, baby. It's
true.
I'm gonna keyframe the shit out of a giant hot dog or something.
Oh my god, please.
Okay, you're okay with that one. Fuck, I'll have to find something worse.
I
But
love
yeah,
hot dogs, baby.
even if you exclude like the Justin Bieber's like official music videos that get put on
Done.
YouTube, because those are the ones that get a billion, right? Like other small channels, small quote unquote, will get 150 million views in a week or a month. You
Yeah,
know,
that's it.
for content that is so low effort, it's crazy to me. So I think Schmoyoho is very underrated.
That's a fair point.
The song hit number 89 on the Billboard charts, not including streaming. So this is where the part where if it had included streaming, it would have been so much higher.
Yeah.
Catchphrases from the interview and then song entered national vernacular. There was I think this is from the Know Your Meme website where they talk about some of this, and somebody has a little anecdote where it's like, dude, if you go to, I don't know, somebody's house or like an apartment complex, chances of finding a Wi-Fi connection that says hide your kids, hide your Wi-Fi
Yeah.
are pretty good. Like that's how recognizable and commonplace it became. This was when they would start to auto-tune memes, including another famous one, Double Rainbow,
Yeah.
Across the sky.
and largely non-political content which marked a departure from the Gregory brothers' roots in political material. Following the mainstream success of that music video, the brothers have generally produced a mixture of both political and non-political videos. This was when they would start to auto-tune, basically create memes. And they've created several additional videos independent of the Auto-Tune the News series. 200 million views for the Muffin song. I don't know what that is.
I missed that one. That was probably a B-side.
Yeah, the Bed Intruder song has more than 100 million. Winning, the song by Charlie Sheen, has 50 million. And then Double Rainbow is around 41.
Well, no, just I forgot that the whole thing was Charlie Sheen just kept saying winning over and over again.
Yeah.
All that era, I don't know what I was doing.
That era sucks.
I don't know what I was doing, but I forgot about it until right now. It was there. I remember living it, but now
it was a dark time for memes. I'll say that much. When we had to rely on fucking Charlie Sheen to give us
scraping the bottom of the barrel.
Going to school for memeology, you study the Dark Ages, and it's just a picture of Charlie Sheen on the cover of the textbook.
Charlie Sheen,
the wiki page.
Yeah, on an old dusty scroll.
He just looks loaded.
So the brothers also note the interest and proliferation of the use of auto-tune in the mid to late 2000s, with people like T-Pain and Kanye using the technology, and the eventual widespread use of it by other artists over the years, which I mean, it makes sense. T-Pain kind of
saying that T-Pain uses it because of the popularity with.
No, the other way around.
Yeah.
Okay.
So they credit their
in the heyday of the the popularity.
Yeah, they are crediting T-Pain as.
Thank you for the clarification. I was like, hold on.
Which is kind of fucked up because when T-Pain started doing that, everybody roasted the shit out of him, and then everybody started to rip him off and do the same thing. So shout out to T-Pain. I see you.
Also,
good job. You're an innovator.
He got his justice.
Yeah.
He
showed the world that he definitely did not need that auto-tune.
He showed the world.
Just
exactly.
crushingly beautiful Tiny Desk performance.
Oh, that's not what I was talking about,
incredible.
baby. I was talking about the Masked Singer.
Oh.
Season 1 of Masked Singer spoilers. T-Pain wins. But yeah, dude, this is that.
Any Masked Singer fans out there, leave a comment.
The world falls in love with this dude in this ridiculous outfit. Takes off and bam, it's fucking T-Pain without auto-tune. Like, everyone loves him.
So let's see. I keep losing my place.
Keep interrupting
God, I haven't done this in a minute.
It's because don't blame yourself, dude. It's okay.
The brothers began to retroactively apply the series name Songify This to certain previously series independent videos in late 2010, and they've released a number of new videos under this branding as well. This is the crazy part. I didn't know this about them, but they created a musical segment for the 83rd Academy Awards.
Wow, that's a big get. That's a big gig.
Yeah, it's wild. So they did a whole bit where they auto-tuned 4 major motion pictures from 2010. They did Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows, Part 1.
Oh my God.
Toy Story 3, The Social Network, and Twilight Saga Eclipse. So they all...
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Huge.
Yeah, it's pretty awesome.
I mean, when everyone knows what you're talking about when you say hide your kids, hide your wife, like that, you have earned
the
something.
Academy's going to come calling. I mean, how could they not?
I mean... Old Oscar is going to come rapping at your door, if you know what I mean.
Or rapping at your door.
James Franco was the host, and he comically introduced the segment as a tribute to, quote, a great year for movie musicals. On July 14th, 2011, it was announced that this segment earned the Gregory brothers a nomination for the 2011 Emmy Awards in the category of Outstanding Short Form Picture Editing.
Wow.
So they got an Emmy.
There's so many categories that exist.
Yeah, they got an Emmy for their Academy bit.
I don't know about you
like
guys.
The snake eating itself of award shows.
we mentioned that. I imagine we'll talk about the Korn song at some point, but I remember at some point we were like, man, or maybe it was off camera, I can't remember, but it was like, man, I really hope the people who made the Korn song are making sure the kid gets paid out, as if it was a fucking shot in the dark that these guys these random nobodies made this amazing Korn song. Turns out they've been doing it for a minute.
That's the fascinating part, which we'll talk about a little bit more, is that for so many years they've been on YouTube just racking up hit after hit. And then all of a sudden TikTok comes along and it's a music-based app. I mean, initially.
Originally,
and you start seeing like, oh man, all these people, who's doing this song? Look, check out this new viral meme song on TikTok. It feels like it's all coming from TikTok. Lo and behold, it's the same motherfucking brothers, just on a different platform.
The Scooby-Doo mask.
Yeah, exactly. Like that's literally the best way to describe it. That's why I wanted to talk about this.
Oh, it's the Gregory brothers again.
God damn it. They're still entertaining us.
But like that's why I wanted to do this, cover these brothers, is because when I found out, like, it wasn't the Korn song, it was a different song. When I found out, like, oh my God, it was like literally that feeling of like, it was you. I felt betrayed somehow a little bit. I don't know.
Well, that's how I'm feeling. I'm like, well, now I'm like, I almost feel a little more comforted.
Yes.
By the fact that these guys are still out there slaying it.
Yeah.
Yeah, they've always been
Once
there.
it's sunk in.
You needed a friend. You needed something funny to laugh.
Schmoyoho was there.
Yeah, and I never knew that name ever somehow, but I knew who they were. You know?
I didn't either. Another reason why I wanted to talk about Schmoyoho is because
it sounds like something a pirate says when he's too drunk. Schmoyo, schmoyo.
Or like some weird like stoner pirate who's talking about some weird name for weed.
Yeah.
The Schmo.
Yarr, I've got a lot of the Schmoyoho for you.
Or you know what it is? It's Pirate Froyo. That's what it is. Would you like another scoop of Schmoyoho?
Welcome to the 7 flavors of the 7 seas.
That's very good, Kyle.
They only have 7 flavors?
Only
That's all you need.
So yeah, but the other reason why I want to talk about it is because when I was starting to find out who...
Sea salted caramel. Sorry, I had to get that.
God.
It's okay.
I had to get it in
It
there.
wasn't shitty.
That's the only one you got?
It's fine. But Jimmy Fallon was talking about Schmoyoho, and I was like, hold on. Why is Jimmy Fallon talking about an internet thing? And then when I found out, I was like, I guess that makes sense, but God.
I guess he's allowed.
I guess he's allowed.
You get one Fallon.
But he does that thing where he's like, this is this thing. You seen this?
Yeah.
He like, acts like it's like he discovered it or something.
Dude, the fake. Hey, did y'all hear about this? On late night talk shows, drives me bonkers.
I was at home the other day, and
no, you weren't. You're a liar.
I was sitting at the computer.
Yeah, true story.
You don't use a computer, Jimmy Fallon. Someone else uses it for you.
I was at the grocery store the other day, and I ran into
As
somebody
if you
who,
shop for your
famous
own groceries.
people like pretending cosplaying as normal everyday Joes is
classic.
so infuriating.
I was working at Subway the other day, and
I was working my gig.
doing my shit.
I was doing my gig job, driving an Uber.
Well, I'm a sandwich artist on the side.
Jimmy Fallon shouldn't be anything other than a sandwich artist.
I don't want him to be the Internet Digest. That's what I'll say.
Yeah. So moving on. While only those 4 aired, an alternative cut was released on the official 2011 Grammy Awards YouTube channel on February 27, 2011, featuring...
This is the Snyder cut?
Yeah, featuring the Schmoyoho cut, featuring an auto-tuned version of The King's Speech, which... fucking choice pick there.
Wow.
In place of the Social Network. The group also later was commissioned to produce the theme song for the Netflix series Unbreakable Kimmy Schmidt, which makes so much sense. Thinking about it makes sense. That's them.
That theme always gets skipped in my house, so I can't remember what it sounds like at all.
Yeah, Unbreakable. There's not
an intro that really lasts more than that 2 or 3 seconds.
Yeah.
Yeah, you kind of.
Frankly, the only one that sometimes I let ride out is The Sopranos.
Sure.
for me, it's the game-
I can't unlink the HBO sound and the start of that. song.
yeah.
For me,
That
it's the
is
Game of
only
Thrones
thing.
song.
Same.
though.
Game of Thrones.
Oh,
Yeah.
It's always, I'm always expecting it. Although lately, the Sex and the City theme, when that comes on, I'm like, okay, this kind of slaps. But
I am so fascinated with Kyle's TV repertoire, and I really wish that we could just do a whole episode where Kyle lists all of his TV shows, and our minds are just like,
You know what?
What? You
I've
watched
been thinking
that?
about- I've been thinking about this a lot because I have a lot to say about Gilmore Girls right now. Like I've been
Of course
just
you do.
fucking. I'm so. I just have so many. I know those shows already over. I know that everyone knows what's going to happen, but not me. I don't know what's going to happen, and I've got thoughts about Luke and Lorelai right in.
Kyle,
I want to know.
You should start one of those another podcast. Like, you know how other comedians will do entire podcast series where they just talk about every episode of a TV series?
Yeah, I'm thinking
Yeah.
Rosebuds or Rose Buddies, whatever. Griffin and his wife
Yeah.
from the McElroy
Kumail
fame,
had
yes.
X-Files files, I believe.
Ooh, wow.
That's good.
That sounds great.
That's a fucking great name.
It's a really good name.
I'm gonna start a thing called the Gilmore Boys. It'll be me and the boys talking about Gilmore Girls.
Although I feel like the X-Files files could have been expanded a little bit to the X-Files files.
yeah,
I
the
think
X-Files,
that would have,
Files.
yeah, exactly. So
Like PHILE's S for the last one, right? Like the
no,
files.
that's not what I was
great,
thinking, but
yeah.
that's even better.
Yeah, cool. We're in there, baby.
So
Let's shut this down right now. Let's just hop over to the X-Files files.
So the series, so they put out a record, I believe, called Happy Sad Songs. It was a series of covers of popular songs that were arranged, performed, and shared by the Gregory brothers through Vine, Facebook, and YouTube. Somewhat uniquely, these covers switched the key of the songs between major and minor, giving otherwise happy songs a melancholy tone, while sad songs sounded more cheerful, which again is another thing that I've seen,
Yeah, I've seen that all over the place.
which I love that.
Somebody recently just played a whole bunch of Metallica in major keys, and was just like, every song is just a Sum 41 song.
Yeah.
Like, you can see where Sum 41 got all their shit from.
Just change that key, baby.
They just changed that key.
So in,
Sum 41 was an Iron Maiden cover band before they became Sum 41.
Before they shifted into
That makes sense.
a major key.
yeah.
before they rose that shit up in the major.
It's like the Democrat and Republican parties, how at one point they switched their sort of beliefs. It's that. It's a similar
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah.
So in March of 2014 and again in September 2016, the Gregory brothers released a compilation albums of some such covers. Auto-Tune the News encourages their viewers to recreate their videos with the incentive of linking the best video responses as annotations at the end of the video. This elicits many different remixes from piano adaptations to dances. So again, I think this feels like them almost preparing for TikTok in a way, without knowing it, obviously, by like being like, hey, go make your own stuff, because that obviously draws more attention to them as a brand. In 2022, they attracted media attention for a Stranger Things parody, Chrissy Wake Up. Now,
Oh shit.
have either of
Okay.
you heard the Chrissy Wake Up?
No.
Yeah,
don't-
I have.
Dude,
no.
it fucking slaps.
Chrissy, wake up! I don't like this! Chrissy, wake up! Hey, hello?
It does.
It's so good. When I heard it, I was like, somehow, and people then, I saw on TikTok, there was like musical theory guys and piano players and things where they were breaking down why it's such a good hook. And Kyle, if you can, you should put it in the podcast audio, because I'm going to put it in the video. It's incredible. It got stuck in my head. It's so good. And so I remember when that one came out, I was like, God damn, this is real good. And that's when I saw the Jimmy Fallon thing where they're talking to, I can't remember the actor that plays the metalhead in Stranger Things. But that's where it came up. They're like, oh, have you heard the Chrissy Wake Up thing? Because it's using his audio in the song.
Interesting. Okay.
It's really good, and that's where I found out it's the same fucking people. But more recently,
British fella.
Yes. More recently, they did the remix of a Recess Therapy video. Recess Therapy is I pulled up the Wikipedia. It's a web series and Instagram account in which host Julian Shapiro Bardem interviews children between the ages of 2 and 9 in New York City. The interviews have been shared on YouTube and Instagram since 2021. So the Korn song is from one of those videos. It's about a little boy describing Korn as, quote, a big lump with knobs.
It's a big lump of knobs. It's got the juice.
For me, I really like Korn.
What do you like about Korn?
It's Korn. A big lump with knobs. It has the juice. It has the juice. I can't imagine a more beautiful thing.
I just saw recently a TikTok video from Schmoyoho where they invited the little boy. I don't have his name in front of me, unfortunately. I'm sorry. But they invited him over and they did a video with the little boy teaching him how to play the song that he's in. So it was a very adorable, very wholesome thing that has happened. And I hope that they are able to do more stuff like that.
That's nice.
Yeah. So after 10 years of activity, having earned the most views by songifying the likes of Antoine Dodson, Charlie Sheen, Paul Vasquez, Damon Patterson, their Schmoyoho channel reached 3 million subscribers in March of 2017. In commemoration, the brothers released a mega mashup of their work in which they outlined their main goal of eliciting, quote, the maximum amount of happiness for the maximum amount of time. Their songs have gone...
Sick.
Yes. Their songs have gone gold 3 times because of their internet streaming numbers, and their parents still worry that they are destitute and don't fully understand how they make money writing silly parody songs.
I mean, they're like the new age Weird Al.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
They're
for sure.
Weird Al for the modern age.
They're Smart Al.
Yes, they're wholesome Al. I mean, Al's wholesome though too.
He's both smart and wholesome and quite handsome.
Quite handsome. Have you seen him in that new movie that's coming out? Ooh,
I haven't with the young Radcliffe.
Harry Potter.
With the other British fella.
Yeah, a lot of British
who also
fellas.
seems like a good hang. Daniel Radcliffe.
Yeah. So that's the history of Schmoyoho.
Cool.
Nice. That was fun.
That's it, baby.
I can tell you that Korn song just is rattling through the halls of my house all the time.
Yeah, dude.
got
Once
the
you hear
juice.
Chrissy wake up, though,
It's got the juice.
oh,
Yeah, John.
it's so good.
I'm gonna pop that on.
So it's a part of my wife's TikTok algorithm. It shows up there. That's how I know it and hear it.
Hearing it from across the room.
Yes, constantly. So it will. Once you hear it, it will eventually keep reappearing.
It's an earworm. Yep. It just keeps coming up. But yeah, that's our episode. Any last thoughts on the wholesomeness that is Schmoyoho?
I'm for it. I'm here it.
I'm
I
here it.
support it. I hear
I
it.
hear it and I'm here for it.
I hear it. I'm here for it. I love it.
I also didn't realize that as opposed to some of our other videos where it kind of goes down a deep, awful fucking rabbit hole off the rails.
Yeah. Wow. We kept this one pretty positive.
Yeah, this is a good one. This made me feel
Nice.
good.
Well done, Harlan. I'm proud of you.
Spoilers for the geocaching episode, but we almost got it there too. Then we talked about a murder at the end of that one.
Yeah, that was my fault. I take ownership on that one.
So, I mean, like, we try sometimes, but it just always goes somewhere. But this one's got the juice.
Yeah, I mean, I don't even want to put the energy out there. I'm not even going to say it. Never mind. This is a wholesome episode. Let's move on. Thanks for listening. Please, if you stuck around, like, share, subscribe. For the love of God. And good luck out there.
We're not that desperate. I mean, you can do it if
I'm
you want
desperate
to.
because of the amount of work I put into the video. That's why. I want recognition for my ego, baby.
Remember, kids, jazz, not even once.
Don't jazz
do
it
it.
up. I'll say it again. Good luck out there. Kyle, you can't change the outro to don't jazz it
Can you
up.
imagine if I'm like trying to rework it? Like,
It's like, nah,
you still have to get it-
it's been a solid month of having a decent outro.
And
and everyone wanted to know which president was the true throat goat. And
Okay, I do remember this.
And they are all some sort of eldritch monsters of yore, right? She was also selling videos of her farting in the jar.
I hate this so much. I hate everything about this.
yeah.